into it.
That's
Like,
right.
women are different and so are the men, right? Men weren't raised like me and my father teaching me how to change oil and change brakes and all that.
Yes.
A lot of guys now aren't being raised that way. And a lot of women aren't being raised the more traditional way from the old mom, the big mom and all that to cook and clean and take care of a man. They raised to be out, be independent, cool, that's fine. So now when we come together, now, yes, I'm more of a traditional man, right? So I take care of the bulk or most of the bills, whatever the case, and she might throw in 20%. Well, guess what? I like to cook, and I clean now on my own. So I might do 20% of the cooking and cleaning when she's not home, I cook, but she might do the majority. So it's all about a balance, the word you mentioned, that you two have to discuss and come to an agreement early on how you're gonna work this relationship, or else y'all could be bumping heads and you got this here dude that actually wants you to go 50-50, but you don't know it until you actually get into it.
That's
Like,
right.
women are different and so are the men.
Yeah, you want a guy who will do 50-50. You know, this might be an unpopular opinion, but it's my opinion. My opinion is you always need a healthy like codependency or interdependence on each other. You need a healthy interdependence, because if you don't have that, then what is the point in being in a relationship? Okay. To me, modern, and I just did a video on this, but modern women say that men aren't really, they can't afford a traditional woman. And that there's some truth to that, but like this guy said, he's doing things like cooking and cleaning, and he said he's paying most of the rent and stuff like that. Well, okay, and that's fine. He's doing all of that, but this guy really don't need a woman. If he can cook and clean and do all of that stuff and pay his own bills, he don't really need a woman. In my opinion, I'm a big proponent for gender roles. Okay? And the reason why is because I feel like gender roles really kind of help solidify the couple, because it gives each other a task to do so that everybody knows where their responsibilities lie. Because if you walk into a relationship and responsibilities are not made clear, that is a recipe for disaster, because it's going to be confusing for the couple. Okay, well, look, I don't have, like if a guy say, look, I don't have this month's rent or whatever, the female is going to have a whole problem with that. What do you mean you don't have rent? Well, you got a job that pays just as much. Why don't you just pay it? And maybe I'll pick it up next month. And a guy come home and she's like, well, I don't feel like cooking or whatever. And he gonna be like, you've been doing that this long. And she like, look, you can cook for yourself, stuff like that. But I was looking forward to your lasagna that you make on every Thursday. Well, I can't do it this time. Look, life happens. I get it. Sometimes things happen. And it probably is best for everybody to know how to do everything. It probably is best. But I'm a strong believer that the more independent you are, the less compatible you are in a relationship. If you are Mr. or Mrs. Independent, then why do you need a partner? Okay? Because you're probably never going to really like things the way that your partner do. You like the way you do everything because you're used to your lifestyle, your schedule. your regime, the way you do things. You're used to it. So he's right. You got to have these talks about modern relationships, and you got to have an understanding with each other when you get into the relationship. But if you don't make it easier for the other person, what is the point? And, I'm just speaking from a male perspective, and the male perspective is a lot of women don't want to be traditional wives or women, and that's fine. But you can't have everything. You're going to have to take a loss in something. If you're not going to be a traditional woman, you can't expect your man to be a traditional man and pay even half of the rent, mortgage, whatever. You should say, okay, we are in this contemporary relationship. Everything go 50-50. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And it's not that I would do that in my own relationship. In my own relationship, because like I said, I like gender roles. It's not that I would do that in my relationship. We would have gender roles. I would take care of everything outside the house, and whoever I'm with would take care of everything inside the house. That's just how I move. I think that it's a lot easier when everybody's clear on their responsibilities. That means I will take care of the rent, bills, whatever outside work that needs to get done, everything outside, protection, provide and protect. I'll be 10 toes down on that. And everything comforting, nurturing, making the home a home, she would do. She would be inside the home. Everything, if it's laundry, cooking, whatever, that's on her. Okay, I think that works out the best. And that maybe is more of a traditional relationship. But if women don't like that traditional way and they want a lifestyle that is, still up there, they figure they're going to have to work. And if they're going to have to work, then they're going to have to take some losses in some of the traditional male ways, which is paying all the rent, which is paying half the bills or all of the bills. They're going to have to take a loss on something. And a lot of women don't want to take a loss on anything. So that's where the whole conflict is with these modern relationships. But, you got to do what works for you. And some people might say, look, I just rather not even be in a relationship. I just rather have, a bunch of situationships. To each their own, but that can burn out quick too. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Men weren't raised like me and my father teaching me how to change oil and change brakes and all that.
Yes.
A lot of guys now aren't being raised that way. And a lot of women aren't being raised the more traditional way from the old mom, the big mom and all that to cook and clean and take care of a man.